Okay, so another demonstration here from Bobby.
Yeah, from Bobby, they played the Scandinavian defense. In that time was a little bit risky to play because it's, it was not like in the next era with the computers and so everything analyzed
Risky for
every
who?
small
For
break.
white or for black?
For black was very risky. And now, as we see, the move order is very important. Here, now it is known. The best move here is Queen A5, you see, instead of Queen D8. But okay, Queen D8 is also possible. White is a little bit better, and it's move by move again to try to show that white is much more better, than a little bit, you see. Okay, G6. The G6 move is all right because black tries to get some counterplay very quickly, immediate counterplay, you see. Okay, bishop f4. After bishop f4, what to do? Bishop g7, normal now. And here already the first moment, if you play knight f3, after bishop g4 is okay, it's playable for black, Black has some immediate counterplay. Queen d2 is very important because wins a tempo. It seems that he loses the central pawn, but if you take with the bishop, is clearly better for white, almost decisive after castle, If you take with the queen, the advantage, the white advantage is very clear. For instance, here, the first moment, queen takes d4, bishop takes d4, knight b5. And after knight b5, you give at least the pair of bishops. If you play bishop b6, the only good move, after knight takes c7 check, he took back the pawn, but he has two bishops. To have such a position with two bishops and initiative is already almost finished, If white is Bobby, because the advantage is not too big, but for him,
Big enough.
big enough.
Okay.
Okay, so here, of course, black didn't take in d4, but after knight f6, what did he play? Castle, no?
Yes.
Castle. Now you see, the result is already there. White could castle immediately, and he has already some initiative. You see? Okay, so here, c6. Bishop h6. Now, if you take in h6, is already very unpleasant because
The king is in the middle.
the king is in the middle, So if you don't want to play this, you have to castle yourself, So
Yes.
he castle. And of course, h4 immediately, He threatens h5, very dangerous attack already, in a few moves. And here, queen a5. It seems that queen a5, he tries to do something, but in reality is already a small mistake because gives a tempo in attack for white, you see. After queen a5, h5, very quickly. Now we see the result. Why? If you allow this and white has time to take later on himself in g6, the advantage is very clear, If not, you have to take yourself in h5. But how? Only with the knight or with the pawn. With the pawn is very unusual, but if you take with the knight, everything comes with tempo. You see how? Knight takes, no?
Okay.
If you take with the knight. Knight takes, bishop e2, quickly. Now, if you move back, you have to move back there. Now he has time to take, yeah? You take, queen h6 check, everything with tempo, King g8, and now g4. And the attack is crashing, because it's now no defense against g5. If he comes to g5, it's finished in a few moves. Almost made. No, it's not made, but the attack is terrible. He
So
comes
now-
with every piece.
So now if he does this, I guess the bishop is coming here.
Now bishop d3 and is made again. Look at this.
Very quick.
Very quick. So instead, he realized that it's very dangerous. How he took with the pawn, but taking with the pawn is very unusual because the position is very weak. You see, the defensive position for black, and white can come quickly with every piece to attack the king later on in a few moves. Very pleasant position for white. Demonstration again in a few moves. You'll see. Bishop d3. What to do now? Knight d7, the only good move to try to defend. No? And here, knight g2. Okay. he prepares somehow to take back the pawn. If he takes back the pawn in a good way, has decisive advantage already, very quickly. Huh? Now g2, rook d8, and here g4, look at this. g4, very impressive, but very simple, because now he gives you the possibility to take back in g4, and then the attack is crashing. If you don't take, he takes himself in g5, in h5 with the pawn, and he opens the g line for the other rook, and then too many pieces coming against the king, Of course, black didn't take in g5, in g4, because the attack is,
But why not taking with the knight?
If he takes with the knight, rook dg1.
Oh, okay. So if he takes here,
Queen takes and this matters.
oh, okay.
You see?
Yeah.
The weakness, you see, that
yes.
the position is much too open, you see, much too open. Now he played, the only good hope is knight f8, but it's already too late. Because now white has time to take. Now you can't put the knight in g6. He wanted to put the knight in g6, but it's not possible anymore,
But if he takes the pawn?
If he takes the pawn, probably he wins, in a few moves, rook dg1 again. What to do? Now, you can't play, for instance, here, knight g6. You can, knight g6, the other knight g6, close this a little bit, no?
Yeah.
But now, bishop takes g7, yeah? King takes g7, rook g5, resign.
True.
Terrible, no? But everything is possible because position is much too open. And every white piece is coming,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So he
No,
took.
the attack is already decisive. Knight e6, all right, knight e6, and now rook dg1. Every strong grandmaster would win such a position, of course, because it's too much. The advantage is much too big for white.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so now king h8, and from here is demonstration how to win and completely winning position. Very easy. Now takes, and queen h6, of course. Queen h6, what did he play? Rook g8, the only move. Now, rook g5, no? Queen
Yes.
d8, no? Queen d8, the other rook to, look at this. Everything is there, preparing the final blow. Yeah? Queen f8, no? All right. Knight f5, pardon. Knight f5 is the only hope not to give up immediately, But after knight f5, he took and he resigned. He loses at least a piece.
He resigned, yes.
Yeah, he loses at least a piece.
Why? Because
but everything is first.
If he
he takes back with the rook. The rook from g1 is defended.
Yes.
You see? Very short, like this.
Yeah, one way, very short.
Very short, yeah. Good. A small mistake in the opening already. Small mistake. It was enough.
Which was the mistake? Sorry,
the mistake was to allow the move h5 very quickly. The queen a5 probably was a little bit too much, queen a5. Because the queen is going far away in a5, and that gives the time
tempo
to advance very quickly on the other side, Yeah.
True.
As I told you, it's move by move. If you lose one tempo, it's enough, especially by this very high level, But you can imagine Bobby was still very young here. It was my first Olympiad, and the second for Bobby. His first Olympiad was in Leipzig in 1960. But in 62, he was already very strong. He played candidates and so preparing to be later on the world champion.
Nice.
Yeah. Demonstration, I thought.
Thank you.
A few moves like this. Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
You're welcome.